I'm photographer David duChemin, and this is Vision is Better, a sometimes weekly podcast about the craft and art of photography. Welcome here. Hey, this is episode 52 of Vision is Better. Today I want to talk to you about living with your photographs. As many of you know, I'm a huge advocate of printing your work, of living with your work. I surround myself, as you'll see in a minute, with my work, and it's not because I'm a raging narcissist, although the jury may be out on that. It's because I want a better assessment of my work. I want to spend enough time with it that the weaknesses become apparent to me, the themes that run through bodies of my work become apparent to me. Too many of us, we don't even print to begin with, and our work lives on our hard drives, and that is a travesty that I don't even want to start preaching about, because I think you should print your work. I think you should live with it. I think you should get your hands on it, if only to experience the joy of the tangibility of your work, feeling the tactility, feeling different types of paper, seeing what your work looks like on a luster or on a matte paper. So I'm a huge fan of that stuff, and I think it benefits us. I'm not going to go so far as to say that your work isn't really complete until it's printed, although I sort of think that that's the case. But we all make photographs for different reasons, and I think you can have a significant experience with your work on a screen. I think many of us enjoy our work on a screen, but your work will get better, even the work on a screen, if you start printing your work, start living with it. I hang my stuff, as you'll see, some of it in frames, some of it just kind of out on hangers and railings. And I will occasionally, I'll go by and I'll look at it and I'll see something that I don't like, or the balance, even though I really liked it at first, oh my God, it's a new picture, it's got sharks in it, sharks everywhere. When you live with it for a little while, you begin to see some of the weaknesses, and you might feel the balance is a little off, or you might see sensor spots that you miss, or a new idea may come to you about the presentation, or even an idea while looking at one image about a different image. This is all part of the creative process. However, someone recently wrote in and said, look, I don't have a huge place that I can just fill with frames. Framing is expensive. It takes a lot of time, and I just framed a couple prints yesterday, and it does take a lot of time, it does take a lot of money, and you got to have the wall space. So what do you do if you don't have the time, the energy, the money to be dealing, or the wall space to be dealing with big prints? So I'm going to walk you through three or four things that I have done to store my prints, and to show my prints, and to live with my prints for myself. So the first thing that I want to show you is this hanger from IKEA, and I believe they sell it as a curtain wire, and it's a very easy installation. You just screw one bracket in on one side of the wall, preferably into a stud, and then measure your length of wire out and screw the piece into another stud on the wall, or anchors, I suppose, if they're really strong. But remember, you're going to put this wire into tension. But this gives me a really nice, in my case, it's about 7 feet long. It comes with the little clips that you need for this. And you don't need to use it for curtains. I just hang my prints from it. It's very easy to clip them on, put them on, take them off, rearrange them. I can use it with little tiny prints if I want to work on a sequence, or I can just hang them there. And this is at the base of my stairs. When I come down in the morning, I see my prints every day. They rotate out. These are images from my latest trip to Socorro with the manta rays. And I'm looking at them to enjoy them, yes, but also to assess them. The second thing that I do, and maybe I'll jump back, I found by looking online, I found a place that sold these kind of crappy reproductions of old furniture. And I wasn't looking for something super expensive. I was looking for something that would give me drawer space so that I could put my 17 by 22 prints in boxes and store them. Storage is a huge issue. If you start printing, if every trip you come back and you print 24 images or 30 images, you are soon going to have a lot of photographs, and the bigger you print them, the harder they are to store. So you could have something like this custom made. You could look on Craigslist, but really what you're looking for is an architect's chest of drawers, something for architects to put blueprints in. That would be the place that I would start in terms of how you search for this item. And I think I paid about $500 for this thing. It's got a lot of drawers, lots of space, and I can also put my printing cartridges and bits and pieces in here as well. The last thing that I want to show you, and I'll show you a couple examples in my house, are these IKEA rails. Now I'm going to put links in the show notes to the product on IKEA. Of course, you don't have to go to IKEA. You can find them elsewhere, or you can have them made yourself. But these rails I really like because I can print my stuff and I can just stick it on a rail and look at it. The first one is from our master bedroom, and these are images from Venice a couple of years ago. So these ones don't rotate out quite as much, but the next ones I'm going to show you are in my office, and these rotate out quite frequently according to my whims and what I've recently printed. You'll see some of these are done from Artifact Uprising, so they're what they call their signature prints, and they're on a thicker board stock, and they sit here really nicely. And I just swap them out once in a while. And if I'm considering a new project, I'll pull some. Right now, I'm just about to start working on a black and white book, and I will probably swap out a lot of these images for more black and whites. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful to you. I'm just showing you a couple examples of what I do to live with my work that is not super expensive. These railings cost something like $20, and the wire hanger costs something like $15. Not a lot of money, not a lot of expertise required to install. And the beauty is I don't have to spend a lot of money on framing. I can just put these things out, rearrange them as I need to. And I'm pretty sure you can find place in your home for at least one of these solutions to store and to live with your prints. Strongly encourage you to do so, to print your work. You got to get it in your hands. The joy that you experience just from feeling it and seeing it, especially to scale. You know, if you print something quite large, I generally print A2 or 17 by 22 kind of format. Really like that size. But even 11 by 17 gives you some scale and gives you a feeling of, you know, wow, I made this. And I think that's important. I'd love to hear what you're doing to show your work, to live with your work. If you have vendors that you like to use that are producing interesting things, put a link in the comment and share it with the rest of us. All right, thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Remember, gear's good, but vision's better. Take care.